Could you get me all the change of address forms where the printed signature, and the signature of my wife? Yes, and then the actual date. Ooh, look at that. Month, day, year. Yes. See, when my address is associated with somebody named Bowling, yes, somehow, it had to be that Heidi Lee Budnick, yes, and Heidi Lee Hodges, yes, Heidi Lee Bosma, ooch, and Heidi Lee Griggs got involved with Heidi Bowling, yes. And since I don't know the identity of the individual, I just want to know how these public records happen, yes, so that I can find out if I have the right to sue the person. Now, if my wife would say, well, that was John's second wife, how did she get any of your mail, or how is it right now? Mhm. Oh, somebody else I get to sue. Oh, now I'm going to want my sons and I'm going to want to speak to Marilyn. Okay. In fact, I'd like to reside with her. Yes. And if you have a difficult time with that, you're obstructing my right to sue you. Do you understand, Sheriff? Do you understand? Treason. That's what it is. It's treasonous on the part of the sheriff's department to refuse to enforce the laws. Yes. Now, yes, it is. It's treason. That's right, Sheriff Bill Benedict. It's treason. Now, this form I thought was kind of interesting. Used for domestic international mail. It says from and to and a postmark here. Yeah. For some reason, you can't see it very good. Maybe I need to move it down. No, it's Form 3817. Certificate of mailing provides evidence, that mail has presented to the United States Postal Service for mailing. This form may be used for domestic and international mail. A lot of times when you use court-ordered mailing, it's the provision of evidence. And since I've never seen any evidence, right, of any mailing to myself, yes, it's probably one of these where you'd say, well, she just sent it to her mother or mother-in-law. Yes, Sandy. Yeah. But Sandy never called me. No, because the matriarchal system of the seniors is that we don't call, they call us. The problem is when you have evidence. Yes, my mother can go to prison for the rest of her life. Yes, my stepfather can. Yes, my uncle can, as can my aunt and any other relatives. They can all find themselves in prison for the rest of their lives. Because when you intentionally, yes, say that, well, when he calls me, I will tell him that he got some mail. Yes, I never changed my address. See, there is this obligation that if my wife, yes, went through her mother-in-law, Sandra Taylor, yes, and Sandy Taylor said, well, I'm not calling him. It's somewhat defeatist, isn't it? I know she worked at the post office. Why don't you get me the Plymouth post office? Yes, every money order that's been issued there from the last 50 years, right? Every employee of the Plymouth post office, yes. The actual physical location of where my mother lives, yes. My Uncle Wayne lives, yes, and my Aunt Lori lives. 20 miles down and everything. Now, there's some federal data that we're missing, isn't there? Yes. You know, just because you have a little part-time job before you got Social Security benefits, Sandra Taylor, yes, working at a local post office, yes, doesn't mean that you can use it for your personal money laundering scheme. Boop. Now, this UCR, I think we're missing some data in here, and this is really good. It talks about the United States Marshal Service. Yes. United States Department of the Interior. Yeah. Could you give me all of the employees of the Bureau of Indian Affairs? Oh, the Bureau of Land Management. Oh, the Bureau of Reclamation. Yes. The Fish and Wildlife Service, inclusive of the Forest Service. Isn't that right, Ranger? Oh, because I'm